1 year after his brutal loss at WrestleMania 39, the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes gets a chance at redemption once again in the main event of WrestleMania, once again for the Undisputed Universal Heavyweight Championship, and once again against the Tribal Chief, Roman Reigns. Someone who has run a roughshod through WWE over the past 3+ years, someone who has held that belt for the past 3+ years, and someone who has been undefeated in singles action for the past 3+ years. Yes, it finally comes to a head at WrestleMania 40 live in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, in the main event of Night 2 of WrestleMania. Of course, we also have an epic Night 1 main event that will bleed into Night 2 and really set the stage for this final encounter between Cody and Roman. Now, while this story has taken some twists and turns over the past year, some of them great, some of them not so great, the fact of the matter is, it looks more clear now than ever that Cody Rhodes will leave WrestleMania as the next undisputed Universal Heavyweight Champion and finally finish his story. But the big question on everyone's mind, how is Cody going to finish that story? How will he become the new Universal Champion? And how will he defeat Roman Reigns? But also, how will The Rock fit into all of this? Now, obviously, there's a lot to get into, a lot to cover, and a lot to talk about. But in this video, I'm going to answer the most critical question of all. How will Cody finish his story? I'm Omer Q for Real Take Wrestling. Be sure to smash that like button, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Okay, let's talk about it. So, the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes, as I said before, lost in the main event of WrestleMania 39, left many fans scratching their heads. Fans couldn't believe that WWE had Cody lose in the way that he did to Roman Reigns. And I think a lot of it really was kind of foreshadowed in a lot of what Roman did but right before his feud with Cody. Because remember, the story of Roman's title run has not really been that of a champion who wins against all odds and is going to fight through adversity. No, Roman Reigns really, for his opponents, is the adversity in that you're not only facing Roman Reigns when you're going toe-to-toe with him, you are facing an entire unit in the bloodline. Whether it was Jimmy, Jey Uso, Solo Sikoa, or at one point Sami Zayn, they are all going to be there together, all united behind one mission, that is to ensure the success of their tribal chief, Roman Reigns. That has been the story of the bloodline. That has been the story of Roman's title run. He is always going to have them no matter what. So going into WrestleMania 39, a lot of people like myself believe that, Cody would face that adversity in his first time for the championship and likely lose. And then you could tell a year-long story building Cody back up to be the biggest babyface in the company. Now, that kind of happened. It's a bit of a weird road, but we got here. And not only did we get here with Roman Reigns and the story of the bloodline as a unit defending him, we also got an interesting twist with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Now, The Rock, of course, returned on that SmackDown episode where Cody basically said that he wasn't going to face Roman at WrestleMania. Weird segment. Now, of course, this came during a time when WWE were trying to pivot the main event of WrestleMania to distract from likely the Vince McMahon situation that was really giving them a PR headache. But the one thing that came out of that situation, and the great thing that came out of that situation, was that Cody became a bigger babyface because of it. The adversity that Cody faced in that moment was bigger than anything he faced in the year before. Cody Rhodes, at that moment, became the undeniable winner of the main event of WrestleMania against Roman Reigns. No matter how great The Rock is, it is a fact that Cody is the guy. Now, of course, ever since then, they have pivoted this story into being one of The Rock versus Cody, really, and Roman kind of being a bit of an afterthought. However, he's still the champion. He's still going to be involved. But the four men that are involved in the Night 1 main event, Seth Rollins, Cody Rhodes taking on Roman Reigns, and The Rock, this match determines the stipulation of the Night 2 match, whether it's under Bloodline rules, in which case the Bloodline can do whatever the hell they want, or it is under singles match rules with the Bloodline banned from ringside. Of course, many people expect the Bloodline to be victorious in this match and also come through for Roman Reigns in Night 2 and hopefully have Cody fight everyone off. But that's not what I think is going to happen. Let me set the stage for you now. Night 1, WrestleMania, the main event. Cody Rhodes, Seth Rollins come out. So do Roman Reigns and The Rock. It is electrifying. The Rock has the best entrance in WrestleMania history, probably. And they start off. It is The Rock and Cody to start this match. And the match is going to start very similarly to that segment on Raw, with The Rock really dominating Cody, beating the crap out of him, and doing it in a way where The Rock doesn't really have to do much as far as moves go. He's just going to beat down Cody and be the aggressor in the beginning. So Rock beats down Cody to begin the match, and slowly but surely, Cody's going to get a little bit of that fire back. And just when you think he's about to fight back, boom, Roman tags in. But here's the kicker. Roman doesn't tag in because The Rock asked him to tag in. Roman tags in because he wants to. And at that point, Cody and Roman go toe-to-toe, face-to-face. Then at that moment, we see Cody Rhodes get absolutely beat down by the tribal chief, Roman Reigns. And this is going to be the match, because remember, Rollins is still going into his match against Drew McIntyre a little bit injured, so you want to try to protect him as much as possible. So Cody is going to work a lot of this match for the babyfaces. Then, of course, you're going to get Rollins in there at some point, but eventually we get back to Cody and The Rock, and same thing happens. Rock beating down Cody, beating him down, give him a little blood. But then finally, at one point, Cody Rhodes snaps. Cody takes The Rock, throws his head against the turnbuckle, and doesn't stop. And Cody, we see a different side of Cody. We see a side of Cody Rhodes that in WWE we haven't seen before. An aggressive side, a mean side, a side that is willing to do anything in order to win this match. Because Cody knows that if the Bloodline win this match, it's over. Cody's chances for winning that title the next night go down significantly. He needs it to be one-on-one against Roman Reigns. So, Cody, attacking The Rock, hits the Cody Cutter, hits the Crossroads, 1, 2, Roman interferes, and Roman Reigns stops Cody from getting that 3, because he knows that if Cody wins, his title reign is in jeopardy, because he'd have to do something that Roman hasn't done in a while, which is win completely on his own. So, back and forth affair. But through the match, one thing is made clear. There is tension between The Rock and Roman Reigns, going back to that first time when Rock was tagged in by Roman. Ever since then, they're not exactly getting along. There's a bit of tribal animosity between these two. And of course, these are two big alphas. Only one of them, though, can be the real tribal chief. And that is the thing that's going to drive their tension throughout this match. So we get to the finish of the match. And after all this tension between these two, we see Roman Reigns getting beaten down by Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes, doing tag team offense. So Rollins hits his blackout, and then Cody hits the Cody Cutter, and The Rock is just looking on as his cousin is getting beat down. And so are the baby faces. They're looking at The Rock like, what are you going to do? But The Rock just sits there at the turnbuckle. Doesn't get in the ring. He just watches. And Cody, looking directly at The Rock, goes to pin Roman. 1, 2, 3. And The Rock, who had a chance to help his cousin, help the tribal chief, help Roman Reigns, didn't do anything. And he just gets off the apron and he walks away. And at that moment, we have planted the seeds for Roman Reigns and The Rock to eventually have their match next year at WrestleMania, while Cody now will go into his match with Roman one-on-one. Because the biggest thing we need to remember here is that Cody needs to beat Roman. The biggest thing that this whole title reign has been building up to is someone beating Roman and doing it clean. The reason why you cannot have The Rock interfere in this match is not because it wouldn't be a great moment and it wouldn't advance the story of Roman and The Rock. The story of Roman and The Rock doesn't need a lot more than it already has to be great. The Rock can cost Roman the belt indirectly without directly interfering with the next night's main event. Cody and his run and his winning the belt off of Roman clean means more than Roman Reigns being thwarted by The Rock and his own family. Will it be a cool story if that is what happens? Sure. But I'm saying that it would be better for Cody and potentially just as good for Roman and The Rock if that wasn't the case. So they go into next night's WrestleMania, and we get a backstage interview with Roman. And Roman is asked, Roman, have you talked to The Rock since last night? And Roman grimaces, looks at his interviewer, and walks away with Paul Heyman looking very worried in the background. And that night, we also hear from The Rock. And The Rock walks into the building, gets in the interviewer's face, and is asked the same question. Have you talked to Roman since last night? And The Rock just says, nope. And he walks away. So then it gets time for the matchup. Bloodline banned from ringside. The American Nightmare Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns. A rematch of WrestleMania 39 and likely Cody's crowning moment. And here's the thing. It wouldn't be a Roman Reigns title match if we didn't have a ref bump. And then we get a little bit of bloodline interference. And I know what you're going to say. Why did you ban the bloodline from ringside if they're going to interfere anyway? That's because the bloodline always interfere. That's just what they do. So Cody, though, is able to fight them off without any help. Cody is able to fight them off without any sort of support from anyone. And finally, we get with the ref knocked down, Roman Reigns, Solo Sikoa with Cody Rhodes right there. And then The Rock comes out, but he doesn't interfere in the match. He doesn't necessarily help Cody Rhodes. What The Rock does here is just come out, no music. He just comes out and he looks at Solo. And he stares. He's not looking at Roman. He's looking right at Solo Sikoa. And in that moment, Solo looks at The Rock. He looks at Roman Reigns, looks back at The Rock, and he gets out of the ring. And that's it. That's the only level of interference you need, because now Roman has now not only been cost the tag team match against Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins by The Rock and that stipulation, but he also has lost his enforcer, the main guy that he needed in that feud, in Solo Sikoa. So Solo Sikoa now has aligned himself with The Rock, and I believe that The Rock can go out there and do the best heel work in his life leading up to his match with Roman Reigns. And I think this is a great time for Roman Reigns to start establishing himself as a true babyface for the first time in his time with WWE. And we'll get to see what a badass Roman Reigns babyface will look like, but after WrestleMania, because right as that happens, we get a reset of the match. Cody, Roman, one-on-one, mano-a-mano for another 10 minutes. And Roman hits a spear. Roman hits another spear on Cody. 1, 2, boom. Cody kicks out. And he doesn't just kick out. We see Cody Hulk up, Cody up, whatever you want to call it. He's going to get up, shout, scream, get the fans on his side. Everyone's going to go crazy as Roman Reigns looks astonished. And then with adrenaline and resolve, every thought out of control in his mind, Cody Rhodes is going to take Roman Reigns to the cleaners, and he's going to hit the crossroads not once, not twice, but thrice, and finally pin Roman Reigns for the first time in a singles match for his world title in 3 years. 1, 2, 3, and new Universal Heavyweight Champion, the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. And we have set up multiple things. The Rock costing Roman indirectly his belt, and as well the tag team match. We have set up Cody Rhodes being the dominant babyface who did it 10 minutes uninterrupted on Roman Reigns one-on-one. And also we are setting up Roman to be built back up after his lowest moment at WrestleMania 40, after being at the height of his popularity, after being the dominant force in the company for nearly 4 years. What is next for Roman Reigns? And then we get to see Cody wrestle the likes of AJ Styles, hopefully LA Knight in epic world title matches. Who knows? The possibilities are endless there. But then the story is finished, because Cody has now accomplished his dream and that dream of his father, because the son of a plumber is finally a world champion in WWE, holding the belt that his father was robbed of back in the day, and finishing that mission statement that he had laid out in his inaugural promo on Monday Night Raw. It will be glorious. It will be epic. It will be a monumental WrestleMania moment. And it will be the end of this story for Cody Rhodes. Now, of course, I know that a lot of you are going to have questions about this entire booking. Why did you do this? Why did you do that? And I want to hear every single one of them. So let me know in the comments section below. Also, let me know what you think is going to happen at WrestleMania. I want to hear your fantasy booking as well. But before I end, there is one all-important question. That being, what if Cody doesn't finish the story? What if at WrestleMania, Cody Rhodes loses again? That, my friends, is a video for another day very soon. Until next time, though, I'm Omer Q for Real Take Wrestling. Thank you for watching, and be sure to smash that like button, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Until next time, keep it real.